Bonjour! My name is Alex Sonia. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first video that I do, so thank you for clicking onto it. This is going to be about my life and the incredible things that I have been through, and they want you to know about it because I have been pressured by these guys, amongst others, to share my story with you. They had me write a book 2 years ago, but I am still sitting on it because I do not have the courage to find an editor to tell them my crazy story, which you will learn about, my first one, in a couple of minutes, and you'll know why I don't want to do it. So they decided that this would be the easiest way for me to get my story out there and to share it, because I'm supposed to be teaching everything that I have been through. You can't actually teach something unless you've been through it, apparently, and I've been through it, so I know, and I will share it with you. And it's going to sound absolutely insane, but trust me, the things that has happened to me has actually happened to me. So I am going to start by saying that this is not natural for me. This talking to myself or talking to a camera, this is not part of my daily life. I am not born of this generation where they are on their phones, and I am not on any social media platform. I am an extremely private person. So this is me doing this video is like kicking and screaming. They got me to do this video, and because when they want something from you, they first give you a little hint, then they give you a little nudge, then they give you a little push, and then God knows what's gonna happen, you know. So I was like, I better do this video before something bad happens. But seriously, this is the fastest, I guess, way for me to get out there, because publishing a book, although I'm sitting on it, and I wrote it by hand, by the way, but yeah, we're here, so I'm doing this, and they gave me a date to do this video because people need to hear this right now, and everything happens for a reason. I know that now, and timing is another thing that is extremely important to understand, because we have our timing, but divine timing is a real thing, as you will learn through my stories. So I'm from Quebec originally. I'm a Quebecoise, and that's where all my stories began. But before I begin my stories, I want to give a shout out to my co-host here, this beautiful angel that I found, and she's reading a Vogue magazine, and she has a little tattoo of an angel of all things, and at the back of the magazine it's a Chloe ad. And I'm telling you, if I was to dress an angel, I would dress her in Chloe clothes, because they have the most beautiful dresses. And when I saw this, I absolutely was madly in love with her, and I had to have her. And it's helping me because, like I said, this is not natural to me, talking to a camera. So here we are. I will start with my first experience. I was 6 years old. My grandfather had just passed away, and he came to say goodbye. He probably came to say goodbye to all of us, but I was the only one who could perceive him, and I wasn't scared or anything like that. He came in the middle of the night, and it was just like, whatever, I'm coming to say bye-bye, and it was totally normal for a child, I guess. So my second experience was when I was 9 years old. My parents had just gone through like a divorce. We had just moved to a new place. I was an extremely sensitive child, and I had been through like the whole drama of their divorce, and it was very sad for me that my dad was no longer with us, and I thought that that was like heartbreaking. And I would cry myself to sleep every night, and it was very horrible for me. So this one night, in the middle of the night, I'm sleeping, and I get woken up by the sun coming into my bedroom. It literally felt like the sun had just came into the room. And at the time, um, because this was like a temporary place where we were living until we found our forever home, so I was sleeping in the same bedroom as my brother, and then he was like lying like right in front of me, and he didn't even wake up. I was like, how is this possible, you know? So I opened my eyes, and then I see in front of me, are you sitting down? This is the first time that I'm verbally saying this. Mother Mary, Jesus, and my mother are in front of me. And I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, what is my mother doing there? I know what dead looks like, and she's not dead, you know? She's like right across the hall from me, and I could see her bedroom door, and she's probably sleeping right now. Like, what is she doing there? That is so weird. Mind you, I have Jesus and Mary in front of me, but like, no, my mother is the one that is just, I'm just baffled by it. I can't understand why my mom is like in front of me right now. So I just sat straight up in bed, and then I'm just looking at all of this, and I'm like, how did they get in here? Where did they come in? Like, and what's my mother doing there? I'm telling you, I was so confused. I couldn't understand why my mother was like there. And she's wearing this beautiful navy dress, gown, and there's big flowers on it, and the flowers, they look real. Like, all the colors in this is just spectacular. I mean, Mother Mary is wearing like a blue veil, and it's just the bluest I have ever seen in my entire life. The colors are technicolor. It's like it's almost cartoonish, that it's just so beautiful and bright. But it looks like a hologram. That's all I could say that it looks like. It looks like a hologram. It doesn't look like spirit, because spirit is more muted. It's not black and white, but it's like more the only thing I can come up with is the colors are more muted. So this is like completely baffling me. I don't understand what's happening. But after this moment, I don't remember lying back down. I don't remember falling asleep. I don't remember nothing. So I just wake up the next morning, and I'm telling you, when I woke up, I opened my eyes, and I flew out of bed like a gazelle to my mother's closet. And I'm just going through my mother's closet, and I have to find this dress, because this dress is going to confirm to me that this really did happen. And at the same time, I want to see this dress, because this dress was really awesome, you know? So I'm just rampaging through the clothes, and I can't find this dress, and I'm like starting to get like really disappointed. And then my mother comes into the room, and she's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, Mom, I'm looking for this dress. I go, it's this blue dress with flowers on it. I go, you were wearing it last night. Where did you put it? And she's like, what? And she goes, I wasn't wearing a blue dress last night. I'm like, oh yeah, Mom, it was so beautiful. It was like blue. It was long. It was like, I had these big flowers on them. They look real. And she's like, come on, crazy girl. She goes, come and have breakfast. You know, she goes, I don't have a dress like that. So I was just so disappointed. And I go and sit, and I'm at the breakfast table, and I'm telling them all about the dream, because, you know, at this point I don't know how to categorize that, but I know that it's real. So I don't even know, you know. But anyways, I remember it was a Saturday morning, and because we would wake up extra early on Saturday mornings to watch cartoons, and I didn't even want to go and watch cartoons. I just went back to my bedroom. I sat on the bed, and I just tried to figure out where they came in, how did they come into the bedroom? How is this even possible, you know? So all day long, I didn't want to go play with my friends. I didn't want to do what a 9-year-old does, I guess, you know. And then that night, I went to bed, and I had trouble falling asleep because all I could think of was like, are they going to come again, and where are they going to come from, and I want to see them arrive. I want to see how they come into this bedroom, because like I need answers with what happened, so I really need to get to the bottom of this. I finally fall asleep, and in the middle of the night, the light comes back into my bedroom, and I was like, oh my God, it's happening again. I open my eyes, and they're there. They're all three of them are there. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm taking notes this time. I want to, document everything that's happening right now, because I need to tell them in detail, and they're going to believe me this time, like this is going to be like proof that this is really happened to me. So the first thing that I noticed, it's 4:44 in the morning. So that was my first realization, I guess, that like that 4:44 is the time that they woke me up. So I knew at that time that 4:44 was a special number, and from that moment I started channeling numbers, which is a completely different story, but I will get into that like in the future videos. So I'm taking notes now. So the first thing that I noticed again is like Mother Mary that is in front of me, and the beauty. The beauty is not from this world, I can tell you that much. It's perfection. I mean, perfection. And she's got like this beautiful white dress with the blue veil, and she is just stunning, amazingly beautiful, and she's just staring at me. And then you have Jesus, who is the typical Jesus. And I say typical Jesus because, but did I know what a typical Jesus looked like at 9 years old? I have no idea. When did I ever see a Jesus? I mean, I'm Catholic by birth, but I mean, we didn't really go to church except for, on Christmas Eve, or for my grandfather's funeral, for example. And then where would I have seen a typical Jesus? I don't even know. I know at my grandmother's, she was like very, very religious, I mean, with the crosses and the statue of Mary. And did she have a statue of Jesus? I don't even know. So anyways, so he is like long brownish hair, and more like on the not dark brown, but like I don't know, châtain in French is so it's like medium light brown, I guess. And just beautiful features, and he's wearing like this brownish tannish tunic to his knees, and to me it looks like a potato bag. And I know that it's not it's probably linen from heaven, but what do I know at 9 years old? To me, it looked like a potato bag. And he had like a belt sash, I think that you call it, to tie that all together. And then he was the only one that I could see his feet. He was wearing like brownish sandals, very simple, because both Mother Mary and my mother, they're both wearing like super long dresses, so I can't see their feet. Oh yeah, and they're floating like a foot off the ground. So they are literally like floating a foot off the ground, and you could see that they're on something, because like Jesus's feet weren't just like dangling, like you could see that they were stepping on something, because like Mother's dress was kind of like draped on a surface of some sort. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, but a foot off the ground. So that's something else that like I noticed. And a hologram, because the light is not coming from a projector, the light is coming from them, and it is bright. It is so bright. And my mother is wearing the same dress, the same navy blue dress with the flowers and everything. And at this moment, they're just sitting there and they're just looking at me. And I was like, why are they talking to me? And I was like, is anybody gonna say anything? You know, like, why are they talking to me? So I asked, I said, is anybody going to talk to me? And nope, I don't hear anything. I was like, please talk to me. I need answers. You have to talk to me. You have to tell me how you got into this room. First of all, why are you here? What do you have to say to me? Nope, nothing. Not a word. And I was just like, you know, I am who I am, and I'm a very impatient person. And if anybody knows, I'm an Aries. So I'm like, you know, right to the point. I was like, please talk to me. Still nothing. So I just went to the end of my bed and I just waved my hand and I was like, go away. And the second I said go away, it was gone. And I just sat there going, did I tell them to go away? No, come back. Why did I say that? Anyways, after that moment, I do not remember anything. I don't remember shimmy sliding back to my pillow. I don't remember falling asleep. I don't remember anything after that night. I did get answers later on in life, which I will share with you. And the reason why I hadn't heard what they had said to me. But like I said, this is not even the craziest story that I've been through. Imagine, like, I've been through so many things. And this happened to me when I was 9 years old. I'm 58 years old right now. So there's a lot of things that happen in my life. And first they did they made me write the book. And the way that they do that is that, they really have their way of communicating with you when they want something, I have to say. So this was the second thing that they came up with, was this YouTube channel. And I did not want to do this. So please bear with me with me talking to myself. And I'm sure I said like and 50 million times, and I'm so sorry. I will get better, I promise. Maybe this is going to be natural after a while, after, having a few more conversations with you. So I will be talking to you soon. I will be trying to do these videos on a regular basis, because I have so many things to say. So I'm not quite sure what the platform is going to be like, if it's going to be weekly or a couple times a week, or I have no idea yet. So I'm just doing it, one thing at a time. And I'm going to see how I feel about once I post this. And I am going to ask you to please be patient. And I don't even know how any of this works, if you have to subscribe to hear my next message, or if you can I have no idea. So anyways, thank you for coming to see me today, and I will see you again. And in the meantime, I want to say that I love you. And although I don't know you, this is how this works. And this is where I am now. So I will see you soon, and thank you. Bye.